me show. Yeah. So yesterday we called on the same no, class, right? You have a static, non-static variables, non-static methods. So we tried to call them in the same class. So first, what is the step we did? We created object for the class using new keyword. So the syntax of no object is class name reference variable equal to new class name. So new class name is the object. Okay, so new class name is the object. So this will store the memory in the heap area. I'm going to show you that know how it is storing all this. I will draw the picture and I'll show you. So because local variables, I'm telling one side it will store in the stack memory, but how it will store this one, right? Here you have a local variable. This is a local variable, right? But this is the right side one is the object. How it is linking both of them. So let me show you and just understand the diagram so that you will get a better idea on the memory also. So that will help you. So very widely the memory partitions, how it is happening. So this is the heap memory and this is the stack memory. So this is the heap memory. So this is the stack memory. So now what happens whenever you create object? So whenever you create object, a small memory will allocate there. If you create one more new, same. One more new, like this, each object, a new memory will be created here. So then here the main method will be there. So in this one frame will create like this. This is the one frame. Okay. For you are calling another method, one more frame will create. So like this stack will be filled. Okay. So every so it keep on filling the stack. So here main method is there. So main method below. So I'm storing my local variables all right. Because what are the local variables in the main method? So this is the local variable. This is one of the local variable. I'll show you that. So first you write all the variables here. So what are all the variables we have? So like we have C, right? C equal to small a. So next, what is the variable? We have F1, some value. So I don't know what is F1. So we have to see that, okay? X equal to some one is there. And next D something is there, okay? So these values will store. Same values will go and store here. One more object if you create, here also it will store. But here all the non-static methods also. First typecasting demo. Typecasting demo. Then we have a next swap method. Swap with the third variable. All non-static data will come and store here. Okay, please you have to understand. Next, get random integer value. So another method. Okay, so this is all the same that object related methods will go and store that. So basically, last one is get max float value. Right, these are the methods we created. Same every time you create a new object, right? Every time you create a new object, so it will be you will create like this, right? Object new. So what is the class name? Instance member demo or whatever I have given. Instance member so demo. So like this we have a object, but this object is referred by. So a variable we have given yesterday, a local variable. Local variable will store where? In the stack memory. This is how the linkage will happen. So this is the heap memory and the link will happen here. for the local variables. That is NSOBJ. So yesterday we created. So this is a local variable. So this heap memory address will go and store in this local variable. So what will happen? Local variable only applicable for this frame only. That means in the main method only you can use. If you make a local variable, can I make object globally? Yes, you can make object global also. And that won't store in the here. So it will be different if you make it a global, right? So that's the global and local variables. How you can make global variable means nothing but static variables, non-static variables, right? So whatever you are making, it's up to you. So this is how the memory will store every time. For example, if I create one more new object, so that object will go and store there. So this object is referred by different, and this object is referred by different reference variable. Like this, each object, every time you create a new, so new class name, new instance member demo. It's like this. So here also, new instance, same class, but members also same. So these variables, all objects, these are all called each object. See, this is the all each object. It will come and store here. C equal to small a. It will go store there f1 value and x value, then d value. Like this, it will store. Same methods also will come and store there. Same method. So that's what I told you in the variable section. For every object, same variable will be copied into that object. Typecasting method demo. Swap with third variable. Get random integer value. Get max float value. So these are all the methods, non-static methods, non-static. The same copy will be storing here also. For every object, same instance variable will be stored there. Basically, it is a unique for every object. So here the reference variable can be different. You have to give a different reference variable here. For this object, second object, you give NSD OBJ. And this I'll give a different object reference variable. IMD OBJ. Like this, I can give a different. If you want to refer this object members, you have to use this reference variable. So this is the how the memory will allocate for the objects and for the local variables. Every method invocation, new frame will create. For example, I'm calling a method. So here we are calling the method, right? This typecasting demo. So for that, one frame will create here. Again, a new frame will create all the local variables of this. So all the local variables of this method will be stored in this. So local variables will store in this frame. So once this method execution is over, this will be destroyed. That's why local variable is not available for other methods. What is the reason why they won't be available for other methods? Once this frame is done, execution is done, this entire frame will be destroyed. That's why local data is not available for other methods. That's please catch this concepts. It's very, very important. Okay, so this is how memory will store and what data will store, which memory and heap memory. So anytime you create a new object, a new memory will create. As simple as that. And if you take a new snapshot in your laptop or in your mobile, a new picture will create. or you are creating a new file, so it will occupy some memory. Here also similar way. Every object is unique. One object is not same as another object. So this object 1 is not same as object 2. No, this memory is different. This memory is different. Both are different. And this memory also different. If they ask you, this is the interview question also, generally people used to ask you, object 1 is equal to, double equal to object 2. What is the output? Generally, they will ask these questions. Okay, so you can answer easily if you get these concepts. These objects are not same. Okay, so that's it. The memory, how it is storing. If you want, you can take a snapshot of this. So that will help you. Okay, to understand the local variable concept and so object where it will store. If you want, I will add in our so non-static members demo place. Okay, I saved it. I will add there if you really want this in our blog. Okay, so let's move on. I'll clear all this. You want to take a snapshot, or so shall I? Anyhow, I will add this in the.
Sorry, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ramesh, in what scenario in general we use this concept multiple objects creation for the same class?
Yeah.
In Selenium, I'm asking.
See, you want to store unique data for each object, right? You are creating some new, every time new data you want to pass to the different objects. Then this is the non-static only will help you. And another thing, so when there is an abstraction concept comes there, always you use non-static methods only, because it's every time new instance you want to create. So
Okay,
that
I mean, my question is any database concept wise or parameterization, that scenario.
Parameterization one thing, or any page you want to represent different pages. If you want to represent there also you have to declare independently, right? So there also you will use this non-static methods. See, basically two things here. Static means common thing. If it is common to all, make that method or variable as a static. If something you want to represent uniquely, every object new data you want to pass, so you have to declare as a non-static.
Yeah, got it.
Non-static always represent a unique thing, not common. Okay, so let's call now this same non-static stuff in the another class. I'm going to create a same package, a new class. I'm going to call all this. So this is another two scenarios. So let's close all this methods concept today, so that next week onwards we'll start control structures, new topic. Call non-static members in another class, same package. So take the main method, because I want to execute. If I want to execute, I need a main method. First of all, anybody having no answer why you need to create object? What is the purpose of creating object? So do you have no answer in your mind? Why do you need to create object? You have answer or no?
To store information about the property information about a particular entity.
Okay.
Yeah, we can access non-static methods.
This is the right answer. To access or to call any non-static members of that class, you must create object for the class. Without creating object, not possible at all to call the methods and variables of that class. So that's the right point you have to tell. To access or to call or to invoke non-static methods, non-static variables, you must create object for that class. Which class members you are calling, for that class you have to create object. I'm calling non-static members demo class. Members I want to call here in this current class. This class also in the same package, method programs package. This class also in the same package. That means both are in the same group, basically. So first I'll create object. Scenario 2 I'm showing. Create object for class. What is the class? Non-static member demo. This is the class, my class name. This class members I am calling. That's why for this class I'm going to create object there. Using new keyword. New is an operator or a keyword which is going to create an object for the class. Again, I'm repeating yesterday's concept again. Class name, reference of object equal to new class name, parenthesis semicolon. This is a local variable concept. See, this reference variable where you can use in this method only. It's the same object reference you cannot use in another methods. Not possible. If you want to call this same reference variable, don't put a local variable concept. Remove this local variable concept and declare globally. And assign the value later. You can assign the value in the main method or wherever you want. That I will show you in the upcoming classes. You will get how to make object global. Then how can you call that object in multiple methods? That I'll show you that. Okay. Let's see here. The class name is non-static members demo. NSM OBJ equal to new. See, as per syntax we are going. See, no deviation, nothing. Class name place. I have written the which class I want to create object, that class. Sir, this class you should create. Why you are creating? You don't have any members in this class. Sir. You are using other class members here to serve your purpose, to reuse your code. So basically, methods will be used for reusability purpose. Same logic you are calling here and you are executing your purpose. It is serving your purpose by calling the method. So NSMOBJ is the object reference variable. So this is the object. So how can you find the object address?
Reference variable. In the reference variable.
Hash code.
Hash code method. Using hash code method, you have to call with this reference variable. You need to call object class hash code method. So again, I think you are not reading again. Yesterday I was very, I was not happy at all with your performance. You're not talking. If you don't know, you're not talking. I'll explain n number of times, but you're not utilizing that. You're not talking also, you're silent. That's not good practice. To fetch the object reference value, use object class hash code method. So I'm going to call that. This method returns. So what is the return type of this method? Integer value.
Integer.
What is the return type method of formula? Data type. So variable name equal to object reference dot return type non-static method. Same formula I am applying for this. This returns a integer value. Then NSM memory address. Object references NSM obj dot hash code. See, the method name is hash code. So it is returning integer type. That's why I have written left side that return type. Then some variable because you have to store, right? Because this method is giving the value to you. That value you need to store. Then print this value. So this is the variable so integer number will store that you copy it. See 366712642. This is the integer number. This address value, this object value. So what is that? 361 that one. This object, the heap memory address value that is stored here. So this assignment operator is copying this address, this object address stored here. So now first concept. So let's go to our blog and you can see all the formulas. Second scenario, right? Scenario 2. How to call non-static members in another class of same package. First formula. See, if you want to call any variables, so what is that? Any variable. So some of them are private, right? Here are private. So the private things cannot be accessible. See, private things cannot be accessible. So private things cannot be accessible. So this down. So this method and this variable cannot be accessible because those are private. So then which variable you can call? Let's put NSM dot. Automatically it will show you which variables you can call. See, you can call df1x. I can call x. So I will do NSM obj dot f1 minus. I think I'll do. There is NSM obj dot d. So this output I want to return. So it returns a double data. So double output equal to. See all the variables. This is the one value. And this is the another value. Non-static data. This is another non-static data. So non-static data, I'm using all the plus operators, minus operators I'm calling. So you can do any operations. It's up to you. So non-static. See non-static variables, how we are calling in another classes in the main method. So this is all readable statement. I'm appending the output. That's it. So you can execute the code. See, 0.199, you are getting output. So almost you also got the 19 something, right? That is the reason you are getting that. Next, second formula. See, everything formulas here, nicely given. Non-static void without parameters. Non-static void without parameters. Okay, so what is that object reference? NSM obj. But is it visible? See, it is not visible. Then what you need to do, if I try to call, so I'll try to call this. Sorry. See that what is the output you are getting? See, it is throwing error, compile time error, we call this. Compilation errors are there, you cannot run it. So if you run it, will throw error. So it is, see the error on the method, you mouse over. The mouse over, what is the error? Is read that. The method typecast demo from the type non-static members demo is not visible. It's not visible. Because why it is not visible? Because we are given a less permission for that. So just change the permission. I'm changing the permission to public so that I can call in other places also. See, now it is visible. See, the error is gone now. So because we are given a permission, then it is visible there. See, all the typecasting demo code will execute. So this all typecasting demo code is executed. So next, how can you call void parameterized method? So you can call, so NSM obj dot swap method. This is the void with parameters. See, it is a swapping with a third variable. See, swapped. So these are all the methods we didn't create in this class, but we are reusing them. How we are calling all this? By creating object for that class. Where these methods are there, for that class you have to create object. Then same you call the return type methods. See, I have given very clear formulas. By reading this, you can easily catch them. But you have to read this and by heart and come back. So because I'm going to give 2 days holidays for you guys, so utilize that. But this returns a value, right? I have to write it int rand int val equal to. So see, data type of the method is integer. So some space. See this first part after space is there. Space I have given. Then variable name I have given. This is the variable name. Is this a what kind of variable? This rand int val is a what kind of variable? Equal to. Then object reference dot. This one. So what kind of variable is this?
Local.
Yes, absolutely.
Assignment.
Why assignment, madam? What is the variable types? What are all the only 3 types only you have? You should not think other variables. This is a local variable, right? So see, inside the method you declared, you are declaring, and with the data type. Just blindly you can say variable name before data type is there. It's a local variable. 100% you can confirm, but it should be inside the method. That's a condition. First condition, it should be inside the method. If it is not inside the method, you cannot say it is a local variable. You should not tell that. All the basics, I think you're missing that. Please read again and again and again and again the definitions. The data types are you are missing sometimes, and variables you are missing. Variables only 3 types always: local, non-static, static. That's it. Extra reference variable can be any type of variable, local variable or reference variable also a different type. So you can make it any kind of variable, your reference variable. See, random integer number. So you got 35. Next we have, so how can you call method in the print statement? Return type method, how can you call in the print statement? Max float value is, so nsm obj dot get max float value. See, this method is returning float data, but I can call in the print statement. See, automatically it will give the output to you. So you have to give input to the method and it will give the output. Yeah. Any questions?
No, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So that's all about all the methods with the formulas I have shown you. So return type methods, how to call I have shown you. Void methods, how to call I have shown you. With parameters, without parameters. Again here, without parameters, without void. With parameters, without void. So variables also I have shown you. Now, how can we call in another package class? Another package class, how can you call the same one package class non-static members in another package class? How can you call? This is the third scenario. So practice all these 6 scenarios. Total static 3, non-static 3. Same methods you create your own methods, 4 methods. One time you make static, one time you make non-static. Automatically can call, right? For the same methods, but practice n number of times same thing. Okay, see, again procedure is same, create object for the class, but only here the thing is, so one package class members, if you want to call another package, what is the first step?
For the class.
First you have to import, then you can create object. You have to create object here also. First you have to do import. So import you can do, then you can create object for the class. But while creating object, it will ask you to import. First import you have to do. That's the first point it has to come. So mandatorily you have to do import. I'm writing multiple times so that at least one time you can remember the syntaxes and everything. That's my intention, writing so many times. You should not forget this concept, basic concept. This is the only thing you will get everywhere. So the fundamental core topics, these are all. The pillars for your automation, these are the pillars: variables, methods, and control structures. Next topic. These are the core pillars. If any one of them you are not good and your coding doesn't come properly, no doubt in that, your coding doesn't come properly. If you are not clear with these 3 topics, See, why it is throwing error? So you have to import. See, showing when you mouse over, how to mouse over any class, you mouse over. Automatically will import non-static members demo from method programs package. The package name also, right package you have to choose. Maybe this class is there in multiple packages. It doesn't work out for it. So you have to choose right package. Which package class you want, you need to do the import. Import package name dot class. Then you can get a permission of this class members you can use here. First, let me call the variable. Calling the variable first. Only one is visible. See, only D is visible. No other is not visible. This is the value, right? I cannot write directly. This is the value. Value, what you can do, either you can store in the variable or you print it. I can print it. You cannot write directly value. So value. So Java, that is not allowed, right? You have to store a value. This is the value. SMOBZ D is the value. So this value, either you print or you use in the calculations. Only D is visible. Why others are not visible? Because they don't have permissions. See, one class variable you are calling in another package class. How you are calling? First we did the import, then we created object, then object reference dot non-static variable 20.45. So we are accessing that. How can you call the void methods? Just so object reference dot non-static method. I don't want to write all these formulas, but I think it is there. But if not there, no issues also. See, scenario 3 is there already. Scenario 3. I just given here, but formulas I didn't give, but similar. This kind of no SMOBZ dot typecasting. See, that is visible wide. Calling. So parameterized method. So P1 value, not parameter name. Parameter value you have to give. Values is mandatory here, right? Any so values you give, it doesn't matter. Any integer numbers, okay? But we are given integers, make sure you give integers, so not long. You should not throw any errors, okay? See, parameterized methods, how we call, see? This is the X value and X value went to Y value. Y value came to X after swapping. So this is the how you can reuse the code, calling return type methods. Return type, so variable name equal to object reference dot return type non-static method. So the data type is integer, so I can say this is the data type. So integer rand val equal to, so SMOBZ dot, it's not visible. Why it is not visible? I don't have a permission. Why it is not having permission? What permission it is there? Protected. So this has a protected. Protected is not accessible, right? Directly. If you apply inheritance, it is accessible. But if you don't apply inheritance, it is not accessible. So that's the concept. Need to get it. Okay. So I'm going to give a permission here. Public. Sorry. So I'm going to give permission here also public for all this. Let's call the return type methods. See now, if I just control spacebar I pressed, automatically you're getting get methods. So return type methods. Object reference dot, if you give, automatically you will get a panel. In the panel it will list out all the what are all the methods are visible. Say make sure you same variable name you pass it here. So don't write, copy it, copy and paste so that it will be easy. How can you call in the print statement? So max float value is, and you can give smobz dot get max float value. Capital F. Why capital F you have to give? To differentiate the float and double, you have to tell capital F will represent the float value. That's it. So this is all the methods how to call in another package class. So this is a very important scenario because in the Selenium, everything is in different package. So you want to call in your class in different package. Selenium classes are in different package. How you can access? First step you need to tell import, then create object. When you create object, it will ask you import. So just now I asked, right? There's the mouse over there and import them. So the right side, the class name on that, put a cursor there, automatically it will show citation like this. So this is going to show citation, right? Like this. Mouse over, see the panel will open to you. So import. So select the right package. Okay. So this is all how we can call non-static members in another package class. So that's it, all the methods concept. Let me close this.